Hiya, 10. Now, unfortunately, today I've got um, a very important series of exams, oral exams for year 12, so I'm not going to be able to be in your lesson today. So, what I've done is I've created some work, and just because I'm not here, it doesn't mean that the work doesn't need to be done or can be done sloppily. All right, I'll be checking it, I expect it to be done, and I'll be chasing up people that haven't done it. So, best work, please. So, today we're going to start, and I want you to use the list from we looked at last lesson of subordinating connectives. Or if you fancy like Minji, you want to say subordinating conjunctions, that's okay. Um, but I want you to use those 5 different ones to write 5 complex sentences. This is just practicing our sentence construction about what you did over the weekend. Now, if you had a really boring weekend and you didn't do much because the weather weren't great, you can just make something up if you want. All right, they should be perfectly written. So proper capital letters, proper full stops, correct tense, everything else. All right, so they should be beautifully written. So that's just a little starter just to get our brains going and to practice our complex sentences. Then I've got another extract, and I did say we'll be looking at different extracts each week. So this one's from Oliver Twist by Charles Dickens. It's not a huge section, it's quite short, but it's really, really rich in techniques, really rich in language. So we've got quite a bit to find today. So I want you to find 2 adjectives this time, 2 adverbs, 2 interesting verb choices. There's quite a couple of interesting verbs this time. Find me a triplet. Can you find me 2 similes? Can you find me an example of pathetic fallacy? Remember we looked at it last time. That's when the environment matches the emotions in the scene. Can you find me an example of a metaphor? And can you find me 2 examples of personification? Because there's quite a bit in this one. All right, so I've said for 2. So I want you to find those techniques in this extract here. All right, from Charles Dickens' Oliver Twist. Now, this is describing a sort of dark, dingy, dismal, horrible night. It's all raining and muddy and rancid. So, in Victorian London. So, what I've done is just to make us understand what that looks like. I've got some pictures here of Victorian London, so we can see it with the moon and the rain at night. We can see the alleyway with a single lamp. We can see the alleyways between the houses and how packed in they all were together at night. We can see the sorts of people that would be hanging around because of the description of a person on there. And just to add to this, to help you understand the context of it, I'd like you to do a search for images of Victorian London that fit the description there. And I want you to add 4 images to your notes. All right, so you'll have 8 images in total. Then what I want you to do is the main task for today. So that all shouldn't take you for very long at all. That should probably take you about half an hour or so. Then what I'd like you to do for your main task is a nice creative task, all right? I want you to create an annotated illustration. So that's when you draw something and then you annotate it. Now, we're not going to be annotating it with notes. We're going to be annotating it with quotations, all right? So I want you to reread the passage carefully from Dickens and all the wonderful details. And I want you to sketch what you can see in your mind. So these pictures will help you do that. But I want you to pick out all the little things. So I want you to draw the mud upon the stones, the curbstones of the alleyway. I want you to draw the black mist that's hung over the streets. It doesn't matter if you're not a great illustrator. I'm looking for the details from the text into images. All right. So if you're a good artist and you enjoy art, great. If you're not a brilliant artist, it doesn't matter. All right. Just do your best. Treat it seriously, please, because this is important learning exercise. And if you do that, what you'll start to see is how all these little details in the writing do really paint pictures in your own mind. It's just reinforcing that that's what we're trying to do with our descriptive writing and our imaginative writing is we're trying to paint those pictures. So what I want you to do is I want you to draw the picture to the best of your ability, but you must include all these little details as you go through. Okay. Then what I'd like you to do once you've drawn your little sketch, and you can just do this on a piece of paper, I want you to annotate it just like this. Now, this is on a completely unrelated subject. This is about owls in barns. All right, so it's nothing to do with English, but it's a really nice, clear picture. So you've got the sketch in the middle, and then around it, you can see there's annotations. These annotations I want to be quotes. So if you draw a weird man in the corner, you could put the quote, the simile, like some loathsome reptile, all right, or a hideous old man seem like some loathsome reptile. and that would be one of your quotes that you add. All right. So I want at least 8 quotations around the page, not 5, not 6, not 7. And I ran out of things to write about. You can easily pick 8 details from here. So there's 8 things that you need to highlight on your picture. And then you can just copy these quotes onto the page. So when you finish, your final product would look a bit like this, but a picture of a night scene in Victorian London. And it will have all the elements annotated, but it will be with quotations. And you must remember your quotation marks. To finish, can you please submit your finished work? With your image, you can take a photo as well and put that onto Google Classroom by the end of the lesson. I'll be checking those. People that do really well and they're able to submit it with at least 8 quotations and finish all the rest of the work will be getting a positive comment. All right. So do your best with this, and then we'll have be really nice to give some positive feedback to you all. All right. Now, if you've got questions, you have to email me, but bearing in mind, I am in exams all day, so my ability to actually email back might be hindered somewhat. All right. But everything's on this video. So if you're confused, you can just flick back through it and follow the instructions again. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. I look forward to seeing you later in the week.